Well, since I'm trying to make up for some lost time, we're not going to be switching hats for this. You know, I know it's not a particularly massive time save, but, you know, I'm just gonna do it anyway. Gotta save those few seconds. They really matter sometimes. Ah, yes. Spinner rack. Lovely. Quick attack. Though it's probably gonna take it, right? Don't get poisoned. Okay, sweet. Admittedly, we're probably have to go back and heal before we fight Bugsy anyway, just prepare for a Scyther. Because even a couple hits will mess me up. Because Scyther hits like a freaking truck as far as, you know, Rat-Taz is concerned. Like, even Rat-Kate doesn't want to deal with that stuff. Yeah, I know. The twins just weren't enough. Oh, you want some? Though I have to admit, the real nightmare is probably going to be dealing with rock types. Mainly because, you know, Dig's not going to give me a vulnerability to Earthquake this gen. I'm going to be vulnerable to getting hit. So, I'm going to wish I could get some Gen 1 moves like Water Gun or something to deal with them. Because even if my special attack's crap, you know, Geodude has terrible special defenses, so it makes up for it. And I don't want to rely on Mud Slap, because it's not really powerful enough. Like, if I'm gonna relying on Mud Slap to carry me, you know, I'm in a bad spot, you know, like, it's a terrible move to rely on. Well, that's technically true, but Beedrill and Butterfree also tend to be rather useless later on. Except in Gen 1, where Butterfree's Sleep Powder is kind of a pretty busted move. And even at like 75% accuracy, you basically can chain sleep fairly easily with it. Which is just insanely broken, you know, in a gen where it takes a whole turn to wake up. Like, sleep is crazy powerful, Gen 1. Like, it is your status effective choice. And I'd hate to try and do a run where you use status effects to defeat your enemies in Gen 1, because, you know, Poison only does 1/16 your HP, 1/16 damage there, so it really doesn't do that much. To be honest, no. I mean, Gen 1 Focus Energy actually cut your chance to critical hit down by 1/4, and it probably works properly at this gen if I remember correctly. You know, it's not ideal, because the last thing I want to do is risk taking a hit on the rat, you know, like, it can't afford a single hit, basically, you know, against anything that's remotely worthy of fighting it. Or it will just get its freaking teeth kicked in. Yeah, I need some bigger molars, damn it. That'll make my Hyper Fangs better. Yes. We now have a giant rat. Yeah. No. I mean, if we are using multiple Pokemon, I could see some use for Scary Face to help maybe set up, but since we're relying on one Pokemon that, you know, has terrible defenses, the last thing I want to do is try and scare my opponent, you know? Like we're gonna drop your Speed 2 stats, but I still get a free hit, right? Like, yeah. And you were gonna outspeed me anyway. Yeah, then that was a useless move. It's like, I'm just hoping we don't miss any Hyper Fangs here. That way we can basically sweep this team and just move on. I suppose if I brought some drugs, I could have helped myself, just taking a couple tackles from Metapod. Gosh darn it. Well, hopefully that was my one bout of bad luck here. Oh, we didn't get poisoned. You know, like, I'm really worried about that, because I don't have the health to spare. I can't afford to take, you know, 1/8 of my HP in damage from poison every turn. Like, that's a lot when you have such a small amount to start with. Gosh darn it. Like, did we really have to miss the Hyper Fang? Okay, let's just try and finish off with one more. Okay. I mean, this should be, you know, smooth sailing, hopefully, for the next couple episodes, I'm hoping. Now that we're evolved. I don't know if I'd call myself an expert, I just have a really strong rat. It's not a particularly impressive team right there, you know. Yes, TM49, Fury Cutter. You know, I've always tried to find a use for this move, but I can never find a good Pokemon that really set up with it. Like, oh, I'm gonna give it the Sandshrew. Do I ever, like, use the move? No. Like, you think it'd come in handy, but the answer is usually no. It takes too long to get good. Like, most Pokemon I can give it to, you know, like, they can't afford to take a ton of hits because they're slow. Like, oh, this will give me a counter to those grass types or something. Like, no, it won't. Like, by the time Sandshrew can successfully use Fury Cutter to cut down a grass type, you would have had to have been using it previously in the fight and hope they had something besides grass types. You know, so you could waste a few hits. Well, kinda, sort of. I mean, Giovanni's not back, so I wouldn't say they've truly returned. Just some knockoff wannabe organization that's calling itself Team Rocket. As you all know, Giovanni's the true mastermind there. Okay, let's Mud Slap. That's really all I can do here. And watch it, you know, spite me, right? Oh good, we got lucky. I didn't have to give up any of my PP for that move. Eventually it's gonna get high enough level to start throwing around curses, and that's gonna really be annoying. Admittedly, I can avoid curse damage with quick kills this gen, but still. That's an annoying problem to have to deal with. Okay, gonna sound like Bayleaf, huh? Well, that should hopefully take it mostly down. Oh, of course it uses Reflect. But it's not enough to save it. Good. Don't sweat them being useless, man. They'll get better. Unlike the Raticate, where, you know, we're gonna be running into some tight spots at some point. Probably. I mean, Gen 1, I can at least take advantage of the higher crit chance to, you know, try and push through sometimes. With this gen, it's not really an option. Well, that'll do it for this episode. Next time, you know, we'll head into the forest, pick up Cut, and make our way to Goldenrod. Until then, see ya.